Welcome to Vinyl Verdict. I'm Jamie.
I'm Plouffe.
And I am Bell.
Wow.
It's true.
And this is the podcast where we get it right the first time, every time.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Never made a mistake here on Vinyl Verdict.
All
Sure.
the time, actually.
Look it up on the Vinyl Verdict wiki.
Wikia.vinyl.verdict.com.
Vinyl Verdict Wookie. All right.
What are we listening to today, Jamie? It's your pick.
I don't even know. It's after work. I'm very tired. We're listening to Eliminator by ZZ Top.
Wow.
That little old
Top.
band from
We're
Texas.
Canadian.
We're in Canadian.
Yeah.
We're in
we are
Canada.
Canadians. It is ZZ Top. It is their 1983 album. I believe I said it was their 1980 album. It is their 1983 album.
Yeah, it's like their 7th studio album or something like that.
That's a fun. Yeah. You know what their first album's called?
What?
ZZ Top's first album?
Yes.
That's an amazing
Yeah.
title.
It's not a very good album.
No.
This marks a change for the band. This
Yep.
is a very different sound from their previous album, which you own and I own. El Loco.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I also own Afterburner, which is the one that comes
It comes after it,
this
which is
one.
very much
Yeah.
this
Very
album.
much
It's
similar
this album
sound.
part
Yeah,
two.
Totally.
Yeah.
Even the artwork really fits.
Oh yeah. Well, it's got a space shuttle on it.
Yeah, instead of like an old hot rod or something.
Yeah. The hot rod was called Eliminator. That's why they.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
that's Billy Gibbons' car. Yeah.
That's wild. I'm jealous.
It's called Eliminator. Yeah.
I want that car.
Yeah. It's a 32 or 33 Ford.
Cool.
Probably 33. Yeah. Anyway, it's a 1983 album. It's a different sounding album. It doesn't sound like a ZZ Top album. It sounds like music of the time.
It's funny because I actually think it kind of like really does sound like a ZZ Top album.
Well, it does because now it sounds like
Yeah.
what you think ZZ Top
Totally.
sounds like. But if you
Totally.
listen to their previous albums, they're more like a boogie woogie type,
Yes.
like
Boogie
blues.
woogie.
Yeah.
That's a
Like,
fun word.
Yeah.
Yeah, rock boogie kind of stuff.
Yeah, they're like a blues band.
Yeah.
And when they played live shows on this tour, fans did not know what to expect because they would play things like La Grange and
Yeah.
Tush.
Yeah.
And my favorite from El Loco, Party on the Patio.
That's another good name. You guys are great at naming things.
This album's kind of strange. All three members of ZZ Top, or ZZ Top as we will
I was going to say,
call
like, dang, he's really
Yeah,
dedicated
getting
to
into
this
that.
joke.
To the bit.
are credited on this album, but they don't actually play on this album.
Yeah.
They sort of don't play on
What does
this
that
album.
mean?
They play it live. Like if they're playing the songs
Yeah.
live, then of course
Who
they'll
does
play
it in the
instruments.
recordings?
A drum machine.
Yep.
No way.
So the beats are so tight because they're not real human beings.
Yeah.
And the bass is sometimes a synthesizer, and you can kind of
Wow.
tell. You can kind of tell.
That's
So
crazy.
what was kind of shady on Billy Gibbons' part was that he would record this album like in secret while they were off touring, and then like maybe Frank Beard, who's the drummer, he has no beard.
Yeah, he's the only member.
He's the only member without a beard. Sometimes he has
Yeah.
a mustache.
Even though his name is Beard. Yes.
Yeah. Sometimes they'd have him record the drum parts, and then he wouldn't like them because it wasn't tight enough.
Yeah. Not
We replace
fast
him with-
enough
yeah.
either. Yeah. They
So
sped it up.
they did some market research between El Loco and this album, found out that most music that is popular is in the 125 beats per minute range.
Yeah.
Isn't that like a heartbeat?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Really? Your heart beats 125 beats a minute?
It's not supposed to?
I don't know.
Oh, Apple Watch, help me. So they discovered that, and they tried to do that. And so most of the songs on the album are between 120 and 125, except for the 2 or 3 slow
Slower
songs,
Yeah.
which are obviously not that fast.
Yeah.
And they found that it was difficult for the band to do that all at the same time. So, and because it sounded sloppy, he slowly replaced all of Dusty Hill, the bass player, and Frank Beard, the drummer, parts with drum machines and like a synthesized bass. And then there's like little synthesizer parts that are on this album as well, which is a very big departure from their previous work, which has no synthesizers or keyboarding parts on it at all.
They took a lot of influence or I guess he did, from Depeche Mode.
Yeah.
It was really popular at the time.
Yeah,
So
he listened to a whole bunch of Depeche Mode.
Yeah, a bunch of like pop and like new age stuff that was current at the time. That was really popular because he wanted to figure out, how to capture the new audience.
So do you like the older stuff?
I like a lot of both of them. Eliminator is probably my favorite ZZ Top album.
I think same.
But I will say I like some of their older stuff. It has a different place.
And is this their most popular album?
This is by far.
Yeah.
Interesting.
This,
so then
this
the
is where
next
they made
ones
it big.
are all kind of like this. Like they were like, oh, this is what people want. We're
Very
to an extent,
to a degree. Yeah.
Interesting.
A lot of them. They ended up changing their sound a couple of times, and I think they've since reverted to
like bluesy
music because this kind of music is no longer popular. And if you listen to the way they play like Sharp Dressed Man at a concert now, it's a little bit slower.
It's funny. I've seen them before live, and it was a really good show.
Yeah.
And they played Lagrange. They played like a really wide variety of all their songs, which was perfect for me because I'm more like I love ZZ Top, but I'm like a greatest hits fan. Like I like all their big songs. Yeah. I don't own any of their early stuff for this exact reason. While I love all the bluesy stuff like Tush and Lagrange, I like the fast paced. I like the more kind of Van Halen.
Yeah, that's a good descriptor. Yeah, it's more Van Halen-y on this album than
fast,
it is on any. Yeah, very fast.
Rock almost.
Chord changes are extremely fast, very loud.
Yeah. So I definitely I mean that's like even why I bought Afterburner when I did finally find an album to buy. Because I knew it was one of their later ones after this. So I do like all their older stuff. Like I went through a pretty big blues phase. And so I like their older stuff. I wouldn't turn it away. I wouldn't ask someone to turn it off or anything. And Tush is a great song.
Yeah.
Same with Lagrange, obviously. But this is just more fun. Like Eliminator is just more fast paced. And I don't know.
There's a lot of their most well known songs are on this album.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like I've never really listened to ZZ Top before, and I've only like heard of them because of my ex-boss Colton, and like he's a big fan.
Yeah,
ex-boss. I guess he is technically
he's a big fan.
Ex-boss. Yeah.
So I was excited to check him out because I knew it was a popular like classic rock band, but I'd never like even comprehended looking them out. So it was interesting to hear so many songs that are like iconic classic rock songs, and they're on this album.
Yeah.
Like it was awesome.
A lot of them are in the first 3 or 4
Guitar Hero songs. Yeah, Lagrange.
Yeah, I was like, whoa. Okay. Whoa.
That was part of why it was so easy to convince my girlfriend to come with me to see them when we were like 18 or something. It was because Lagrange, it was really popular at the time. And you know what? They opened with Lagrange and they closed with Lagrange.
Okay, I'll listen to Lagrange.
Just like my live album that I have.
Do they really?
Yeah, they open and close with this.
I wonder if they do that like every single show. I mean, not anymore, obviously.
It's okay. Yeah, wow, yeah. They still tour though, but without Dusty Hill.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Rip.
Still cool, but
not the same.
Yeah. Does the
Um,
new guy at least have a big beard?
It's a touring, like it's just like
just some session guitarist or session
player,
bassist. Yeah.
Oh well, the same thing happens with the Stones. They never replaced Bill Wyman when so
it is what it is.
And I don't think the Who ever replaced John Entwistle when he died. I think they just have like a guy.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's probably someone well known. I'm probably like glossing over the fact that he's also a well known bass player. He's just not a member of the Who.
Yeah.
Or whatever. There's some controversy around this album. Did you read anything about that?
What?
Some of the songwriting credit just ZZ Top, like the band members. But there is some indication, and in fact, they were sued by a guy named Lyndon Hudson. He was a pre-production engineer.
Cool name.
Yeah, it's a great name, right? It's a definite music name.
It's a very like old timey.
Yeah.
See like
Lyndon.
a guy in a white suit with big shoulder pads, being like,
Ooh,
"Get in here."
Does he have a hat?
No.
10-gallon hat.
10 gallon.
No, he's got frosted tips.
Oh,
before they're cool.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Wow, this guy's a mystery man. He wrote the song "Thug," on this album and never got any credit.
That song sucks ass, by the way.
It's fine. It is not my favorite one on this album.
It sounds like a Seinfeld episode.
It sure does. He didn't get any. He didn't get any credit. They sued him. He ended up winning $600,000.
Oh wow, really? For that?
And instead of
For Thug, cut it out of the album.
He also helped on most of the other songs as the engineer. He was helping with writing and programming of the drum machine and stuff like that.
Because Gibbons wouldn't have been able to do all that stuff himself.
Yeah, he was programming the machines and stuff like that. And it seems like there's some indication he played with the bass parts on several of the
that's
songs.
like pretty involved.
And then they just pretended he didn't exist. He doesn't even appear on the liner notes.
Wow.
So, kind of shady. I'm not sure the whole detail. This lawsuit was settled like well before I was born. But yeah, there's no mention of him. He still doesn't get writing credits on anything, even though he won the lawsuit.
Dang, really? He just took the bag and ran?
Well, they basically said you get some settlement money, and then you have no claim to the record anymore.
Cool. I'd be fine with that, yeah. $600K for
someone else involved in the album, I think it was Bill Ham, he was the producer of the album, said that in a just world, he would be featured on this album because of the amount of work he put in.
It makes sense because, it really wasn't the band members.
Yeah. He had no involvement.
It was a lot of
like the drummer is like,
I did those. Play live. Right, exactly. Like, why are they credited?
Yeah. It's unclear on what tracks they actually played on.
Yeah.
There's an uncredited background vocalist on a couple of songs too. Mm-hmm. And that's unfortunate too. Like I said on the liner notes, the only people credited are the three members of ZZ Top.
Yeah.
The producer and the guy who did the mixing or whatever the hell they call that.
Sound engineer.
Thank you. That's the word I'm looking for. It's been a long day.
No problem. Mixologist.
Yes. So why don't we? Did you guys have any thoughts before we give it one last listen? I guess.
Sure. I mean, I really liked it for the most part. I've listened to ZZ Top for years. Like I said, mostly the greats, but I mean, they have a lot of really classic songs like Lagrange, Touch, Cheap Sunglasses.
Oh, Cheap Sunglasses is a good song.
And then, a ton of them are off of this album, like Gimme All Your Lovin'.
Yep.
Sharp Dressed Man.
Yep.
Even I Need You Tonight, which is one of the more like ballady, bluesy tracks.
Yeah, it's a long song too.
It's a long song. I'm pretty sure it's been in some movies. I don't know. It's definitely a big favorite of mine, so I was happy you picked it. I actually forgot how much I enjoy most of their tracks that I'm like not big on.
Yeah.
There are some on this album that I'm not a fan of.
Would you believe that TV Dinners was a single from this album?
I know. I looked it up.
TV
and I was
Dinners
like, why
was
the hell
a single.
Is TV Dinners?
No, let's not get too far into this because I got thoughts on TV Dinners that I can't hold in.
Okay.
I can't hold it in, but I was excited to listen to this before. I listened to it. It was good. I'm glad we're back in the classic rock that I like because after the last couple, I was nervous.
I understand which ones you like.
Yeah, because I was nervous after
like
Exile
Loud,
Main Street and Rod Stewart. I was like, this is bad. Boston was like mid. So like being back on this, I'm like, okay, this is good.
See, I am still amazed by the mid Boston.
Yeah. That's fine.
It's that dang story, dude.
Yeah, you just
really ruined a whole lot of it for me.
Okay.
But I was excited for this. Let's talk songs because I do actually have a lot of thoughts.
Sure.
Okay.
Listen to it one more time.
Is that okay with you, Jamie? Or
yeah.
Is that okay with you, listener? Vote now.
We'll get back to you in a couple of weeks.
Like a boomerang, I need a repeat. Give me all your loving, all your hugs and kisses too. They come running to the again. I'm every girl crazy about a sharp dressed man. I like them frozen, but you understand. I throw them in and wave them, and I'm a brand new man. Oh yeah!
What an album!
What an album!
Give me all your loving.
Well, I'm glad we gave that another listen. That was 45 minutes of power.
Pretty much, yeah.
Hey, let's talk songs. Give me all your loving.
What a classic!
All your hugs and kisses.
All your kisses, yeah. Give me.
Yeah, this song is awesome.
Yep, great
and
song.
it's another one. I was like, I think I've heard this, and I have because it's a banger.
Yeah.
And the chorus is so catchy.
Oh yeah.
So catchy. It does not at all feel like 4 minutes long.
No.
I was like, it's over?
Yeah.
Huh.
What movie is it in?
I don't know. Probably several.
Give me all your
so
lovin'.
think Santa Claus. He's getting into the sleigh after he gets the flame retardant suit.
Home Alone 2.
No, Santa Claus.
The Santa Claus.
The Santa Claus.
It's with
Yeah, Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Yeah. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, that's the one. Anyway, it's in that movie.
Oh, the Santa Claus.
The Santa Claus.
Is it in Christmas Vacation?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's with what's his
Chevy
name?
Chase.
Tim Allen. That's it.
Chevy Chase is in the Christmas Vacation. We'll be talking about that again another day.
Yeah, for
Give Me All
Christmas.
Your Lovin'. That's a classic track. When I think of ZZ Top, I think about Give Me All Your Lovin'.
Totally.
I would 100%
The
listen to this.
drums in that are so sharp.
Yeah.
It's almost machine-like.
Yeah, it's almost.
You know, it's funny because it is a machine. Yeah.
I had no idea, but now I'm like, huh.
Yeah, it never occurred to me, honestly. Like, I've listened to tons
Because
of
they're not
these
that
songs.
complicated most of the time.
Most of them are just really steady and kind of fast. Not even like super fast by today's standards.
But I would 100% listen to this again.
Yeah.
I would put this on.
Before I even wrote some notes before I did the research, and one of my notes for this track was, I love how damn steady ZZ Top is, and I feel that a lot on this track. And yeah, it's because it's a machine.
Yeah,
This is-
someone's keeping time for him.
A bit of a spoiler, but I like the solo on this song.
Okay, sure.
Sure.
You'll understand later.
I
But
said-
I like the solo on this
Yeah,
song.
I said the solo is decent. in
Or
my
instrumental.
notes.
I don't even know if you call it solo, but the instrumental was good.
Sure.
Yeah.
And for once, I actually.
Oh, you mean the outro?
No, the
Oh,
one
okay.
that's like halfway through the song and lasts like a minute.
Oh, yeah. It's a great solo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For once, I actually don't hate the fade out at the end because it's like not a lot of instruments left. They just leave one kind of hanging there, and he just slowly fades it out, so it's not too bad.
Yeah.
But-
because he's giving her
Yeah.
all through the outro.
Yeah. But they do kind of fade out on basically every track.
Yeah.
on this album,
Yeah, every single one.
Which bugs me for the most part.
A lot of the songs fade into each other, though. Like
Sure.
this song goes right into "Got Me Under Pressure," which is another fast ass track.
It doesn't fade in. It definitely just starts.
Yeah, it just
But,
starts, yeah.
It is good.
Got Me Under Pressure. I own this album on tape too.
Wow.
Because
Cassette.
one day,
No reel to reel.
it's not. I'm not that cool. I used to have a car that had a cassette deck in it, and one day a lady came in to the Best Buy I worked at and was just like, "I don't want these anymore. Can you recycle them?" And it was just banger after banger. It was
What?
like Dire Straits albums
What?
and like 3 different ZZ Top
Yo.
albums and a bunch of Genesis albums, and I was like, I'm gonna put those in my car.
Yeah, all on cassette.
Yeah.
Dang.
I want to see young Jamie with long hair, windows down, bang into headbang into got under pressure, got me under pressure.
Yeah. Great
Looks
song.
like a beautiful sight.
I
Wind in my hair.
I like the lyrics on it.
What does she likes flipping out with Great Danes mean?
I don't know, dude.
She's like barking with them. What is that?
I don't know. I think it's just about some lady
I used to think that he said she's a bionic commando, and I was like,
cool.
"Oh, that's
Nice.
cool."
That is
really
very
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
Man, this lady's badass. The guitar riff during the chorus is awesome.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite song, but the instrumental bits are solid and the lyrics are funny, if anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's what's I think I like a lot about ZZ Top. A lot of their songs are dumb and funny.
Yes.
And they're in on the joke.
I think when I think ZZ Top, I basically think a couple of dudes who just want to like party with hot chicks and have fun.
Yeah.
Like that's what most
yeah,
of their
same.
that's what most of their music is about. Yeah, and totally
Yeah.
that's what everyone wants to do. They just want to like
All their music
party
videos
with attractive people.
Did you guys watch
have
any of the
fun.
music videos from this? They're all like that. It's just like
Yeah,
them in
it's
bikini
them and
babes.
girls. Yeah, that's what
And
most
the
of their
car.
that's what most of their music videos are. It's just them.
Yeah,
and, like,
the
hot
only thing
ladies.
I don't like about the song is the final instrumental being a minute and a half long.
It drags on.
Yeah,
at the
like
end,
it's
yeah.
not a big enough deal that I'm going to skip the song.
No.
But I feel like after a while I'm like, oh, we're still, because like there's already a minute and a half long solo in the middle.
Yeah.
That I'm like, okay.
And it's a really slow fade out after that too.
sure is.
Yeah.
But luckily,
We
it goes
are
into Sharp Dressed Man.
One of
Great
the
song.
best songs of like all time. I love.
I prefer
Sharp
Give Me All
Dressed
Your
Man.
Lovin'.
Sure.
But this is
Close second.
very good.
Every girl's crazy about a sharp dress.
I
man.
never knew what they were saying because I just would hear this on the radio or in a movie, and it's like,
Oh.
every girl's crazy about a
sharp
getting
dressed
big. And I'm like, oh, Sharp Dressed Man.
I like the joke in The Simpsons where they drive past a group of rabbis or like Hasidic Jews, and Bart like yells out the window, and he's like, "Hey, ZZ Top, you guys rock!"
I don't remember that.
And then they slowly play like Sharp Dressed Man in the car, and the rabbis are like, oh, I guess we rock a little.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, this is a huge banger.
Yeah.
2 out of 3 songs so far. Huge bangers.
Right?
Yeah, Sharp Dressed Man is a classic, iconic ZZ Top song.
I wasn't a huge fan of the instrumental break in the center this time. I wanted to just get back to the meat. I wanted to hear more of the verses and chorus. And then it ends with another 1.5-minute solo.
Yeah.
And I liked this outro a little bit more.
Okay.
But again, it's like a huge break in the middle, hugely long outro. And that becomes a trend throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to mention in almost every song,
Yes.
and they'll have lengths of like, how is this long?
There's a slow fade
wild.
out on basically every track.
Yeah, and there's a guitar solo.
Yes.
So, what was that album where we I think it was the Beths where we
Very
it's just
yeah.
chorus,
It always goes
chorus,
to this
Formulaic.
harmonies.
chorus,
Formulaic.
vocals,
Yeah.
like another verse and a solo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the same thing.
Similar
It is
song structure.
very formulaic. You're
Yeah.
right.
But I like how positive the messaging is on this, though.
Yeah.
Like, it might sound stupid, but it's just like, you might not be a 10.
Yeah.
But if you're like a 5 or a 6, like most people really are, just dress a little nicer.
Hashtag inspo.
Well, I'm just saying, he's not saying every girl's crazy, but a handsome man. It's just a sharp dressed man.
Yeah.
Like, and it goes both
So
ways.
now it's just like pay shaming.
Pay
Like,
shaming.
you can't
Hey,
afford
you
to
can-
buy
No.
sharp clothes. Like, yikes.
You can dress yourself up on a budget. Like, it's all about just presenting yourself nicely. And I kind of
Go to
I don't know, I
r//
like that.
frugal male fashion.
Yeah,
Let me
there
tell
you go.
r/men going their own.
No, but I do agree. It's a good message.
Yeah.
It is a good message.
It is a fun song with a decent message, and the lyrics are good.
Yeah,
They're
simple, but they're great.
They are the message is very simple.
Yeah.
It is not an album you have to think about.
No,
too
this is
much.
not deep.
Yeah. I Need You Tonight is not a song you need to think about too much. What is it about? Guy's missing a girl.
Yeah.
I like the vocals on this. Like, it's really strong. I like the little bit of delay and echo added, and just they stand out a bit more.
I like the solo in this song.
Yeah, and there's one that's 1.5 minutes at the center, and there's one that's 2 minutes and 15 seconds at the end.
I like I counted these things. I don't count them anymore.
Well, because I was painfully aware. I was like,
The song's like 6.5 minutes.
yeah, and
Yeah.
3 minutes of it, over 3 minutes, is solo.
Hell
And I'm
yeah,
like,
it is.
all right.
I really like the one that's halfway through. That's
It's
where
hard because
put my
I
note.
don't want to say love, but I really like the verses and choruses of these
Yeah.
songs.
Yeah.
So when it's being delayed by, minutes at a time of solo, I'm like,
Oh, man.
but I want more of the singing. Like this one,
Sure.
I really like the vocals, but I'm only getting, less than half the song of it. Like,
Interesting. I don't listen to a ZZ Top song for
The singing,
Billy
the
Gibbons'
vocals.
voice. Yeah.
I listen
Yeah,
for
really.
Or Jesse Hill. He sang on some of them.
Yeah,
So.
I listen for the solos
Yeah.
and the choruses.
Yeah,
That's
because
pretty
I
much
listen
it.
to like really fast power chords.
I only really listen to modern music, and solos aren't really a thing.
It's wow.
That's true.
I have
That's a good
never
point.
thought about that,
That's
but
a
Like
you're
good
even
kind of right.
the stuff that I've brought, like Radiohead, or eventually I'll do Billy Talent. There's no solos.
But like
And
Chili
those
Peppers
are-
solo all the time, and that's like
They're not long though. Their songs are only 3 to 4 minutes long.
You're right,
So
that's
like
true.
when you
John
think about
Frusciante does like a good. He's a good soloist.
yeah, he's a really good
Yeah.
soloist.
but so it's like a lot of the music I listen to, even when it's rock or punk, there's no solos. So for
Really?
me, I'm like, I want meat.
I think an interesting point on the solos is that Billy Gibbons was a friend of Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah, that's
like
so
they were
cool.
like really good friends,
Yeah.
and he was like basically devastated when Jimi Hendrix
Yeah.
died. I think he had toured briefly with
I have
him.
no idea.
Might be tucking him.
He has now.
But
You just add that to the history.
he was wildly influenced by Jimi Hendrix. And what is Jimi
Yeah.
Hendrix like?
Likes the
Shredding.
solo, baby.
He loves a good solo.
Yeah.
I'll bring in Jimi Hendrix out.
Did Jimi Hendrix? No, we'll save it for that episode.
Sure.
I don't know anything about Jimi Hendrix.
What?
Was he in a band?
Oh
Jimi
my
Hendrix
God.
was the Jimi Hendrix Experience.
Oh man.
And then he was
so
in another
good.
band called Band of Gypsies.
Died too young.
Died way too young.
Way too
27.
27, baby. Yeah.
young. Yeah. part
Rest
of
in
the
peace,
club.
Mac Miller
Yeah.
and Kurt Cobain.
And the lady you were going to do the first.
Amy Winehouse.
Amy
Yeah.
Winehouse.
Yeah, so this song was I like the meat of it.
Sure.
I like the meat of it. I would have been fine with like the middle instrumental, but
I think the song is about 10 seconds too long. I think they should have just
Wow.
cut.
10 seconds.
10 seconds, really?
That's
Don't-
weirdly specific.
I know. And
Is it because the fade out starts 10 seconds before the end?
That's like saying the gas is 0.2 of a cent too much.
I understand that, but that's basically it. Is the fade out at the end is just way too long. It's basically silence for like a good 10 seconds at the end of the.
Well, it's like a sustained note, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I've listened to 6 minutes. I get that, what's another 10 seconds, but at the same time, I've listened for 6 minutes now. Like, if you're gonna cut, just trim the fat and take out that 10 seconds. I just don't understand it.
You're right. The note ends pretty much 10 seconds before the end, and then it's just silence.
And it's just like 10 seconds of basically silence.
It is, yeah.
I think it makes more sense if you listen to it on a tape, though.
Maybe, Jamie, and if so, that's fine. I'm not saying it ruins the song.
It's not even like the last song on this side, which is weird.
It sets up a fast song, though, so maybe it ends because
gives it a bit of a break.
Yeah,
maybe
because I Got the 6 is a real fast song.
It is, yeah.
I Got the 6. Give me your 9.
Yeah, I even wrote back to what I expect. When
Sex song, baby.
When I think ZZ Top. Yeah.
It's a song about baby.
No, the song's cringe.
It is cringe.
Yeah,
it's so good.
I didn't like the vocals. The lyrics were cringe. And then there's a minute plus long outro. This is not my song.
I believe this is Dusty Hill singing this song.
I hate the stupid spank my monkey line.
That's so bad.
It always catches my attention too. So even if I've got it in the background, it comes on and it just like grabs my ear and won't let go.
Guess I'll just spank the monkey.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
shock the monkey. Yeah, that's what
I just heard the rooster crow because it's getting late. Guess I'm just gonna handle myself and go to bed.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty forgettable. Not my favorite song.
No. Jamie, is it your favorite song?
No, it is not. It is definitely a filler track on the end of this side.
Legs is good though.
Legs, She Got Legs. Another single from this album.
Yeah,
I guess we should probably list what the singles were. Give Me All Your Loving, Sharp Dressed Man, I Need You Tonight. Those were the first.
Those all make sense.
Yeah,
and those should have been the only singles off of this album.
I don't know. Legs is a good song.
Legs is
funny because I thought it was like Hungry Like the Wolves.
Sure.
It's like
I never heard that until you.
I'm like, oh yeah. Oh.
Well, think about it. It was probably really. He was listening to a lot of music that sounded like Hungry Like the Wolf.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Did that come out before or after?
I don't know, but it's very much
about. While you're looking that up, another more horny lyrics I don't like.
Came out in 1982. Yeah. That came out while they were recording this song.
It's another dumb song about hot girls. Like that's
hell yeah.
That's kind of what they do.
Try to undo
she knows how to use them.
Yeah. It fades out again.
Yep.
Which I don't like.
Me with my instrumentals, you with the fade outs.
Yeah, I love ZZ Top, but there's definitely some stuff that translates much better live maybe than it does to
yes, a lot of this translates better live.
Yeah, like it's a really
I don't think I've ever had I don't think I have any recordings that have legs on them though. I don't know if legs are on that live album.
I don't know. Yeah.
Did they play it when you went?
Not that I can recall. It was fun though. Like I don't know, they brought out the hat technicians that brought them their hats on a pillow. They like signed a record for some dude, stopped the whole show for it because he was like waving a record in the front row. It was really fun. It was a good show.
Would you believe that the most successful single from this album was Legs?
No way.
It was Legs.
So crazy.
So here's why. I think that this would be a fun song to dance to at the bar with my girlfriend.
The video is hilarious and it was on MTV a lot.
No way. What's the video?
The video is the video is
arms.
The car. Yeah, there's arms in the video. There's no legs. The video was funny.
Yeah, I feel like this second half of the album, I'm gonna be much more critical.
Yeah,
I feel like the A side is the A side.
I fully agree.
And the B side is like, ooh.
I fully agree.
Not for me, which is too bad because I feel like the A side is very strong.
Yeah,
I agree with that. Yeah, the B side is not as good as. Although I will say I like the last 3 songs on this side.
Okay, sure.
Quite a bit.
Bad Girl's pretty good.
Bad Girl is a good.
We'll get to them. Thug. The bass solo is like straight out of an episode of Seinfeld.
It's awesome.
It's good.
Now that I know it's digital, I don't know. But I did really like it.
It doesn't fit with like ZZ Top.
No, I just like bass solos.
Totally, me too.
It is a. You can tell that ZZ Top did not write this song.
It's funny because my notes go, bass solo at 40 seconds is pretty dope. Oh, it comes back again like 30 seconds later and it's the same bass line.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you know
2 minutes
why.
and 30-second instrumental in the song, and it starts with that same bass line again.
Because he copy pasted it, probably.
It's just like it's a boring song. It doesn't really do anything, and the lyrics are like, "I'm very badass." I would skip the song.
Yeah, it's weird.
I'm living in sin. I can't keep my nose clean. It's like, all right. I got my machine gun stashed.
Right.
It's definitely not a good song.
This is why I can't remember what episode it was. I talked about how I don't really pay attention to lyrics. And I feel like now that I've started to, am way more critical because I'm like, these are very cringe.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I wonder how different my experience with Paul's Boutique would have been if I didn't try to look at the lyrics to understand the references, if I just listened to it, because it's like, oh.
Some stuff definitely...
They hate your mom.
They do.
And
I took that personally.
Specifically your mother. Yeah, they don't hate my mom. They think my mom's great. Yeah. No, Thug's fine. It's a story about several different crimes, and
wow,
like I don't know, someone busted out of a prison. I don't know.
That's cool.
It's not a great song.
There's only like 10 lines of lyrics, and it's 4 minutes and 20 seconds long. So.
TV dinners.
Hey, blaze it. I like how the lyrics go from like positive to negative as it is about TV dinners, and it's about like, hey, it's so easy to eat the first one when you're on the road. Oh, it's so convenient and good. I can imagine that they wrote this song after eating TV dinners for like 3 weeks straight while on the road or something.
It was another single from this album. It
don't
went
know
to
why.
number 38.
I don't think it's that good. I think it's fun.
It charted higher than Sharp Dressed Men. The video was funny. I think the video was very funny.
Oh my god! Yeah, really. What they were like, videos really made a huge influence. Like, MTV
So
was huge at the time.
Legs is what made this album sell 19 million copies.
Really?
Because it was on the MTV charts for like 9 weeks.
That's crazy. When I think ZZ Top, I think "Give Me All Your Lovin'," "Sharp Dressed Man." Mm-hmm. Like
TV dinners.
I do not think TV dinners or Legs. I don't know.
So we're Canadian. How long did this spend on the Canadian charts?
No idea.
109 weeks.
Wow, really?
It was on the in the top 100 for 109
That's
weeks.
like 2 years.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That sucks. That's wild to me. This song is not good. I would
not
skip
this
this
particular song. The album.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
okay,
The first side is so good. I can believe that.
Yeah.
I thought you meant this song because this song is not good. I would skip it. It's another one. It's not as bad as Thug, but I would skip it. I like the little guitar riff that plays in the short verse breaks, but I don't like. I get it's a joke, but I don't want to listen to it.
It's not a.
I just like the.
Yeah. I think it's fun. It's fun. It's a fun dumb bass thing.
One thing I really like about this track is that it just ends. It doesn't fade out.
Oh, it just ends.
It's one of the only ones. Yeah.
This is a song I skip when I listen to this album.
You skip TV dinners. It's that bad.
TV
It's not good.
It's not a good song.
I did find the lyrics like funny, and endearing a little bit. But yeah, it's not a good song.
There's always one throwaway song on a ZZ Top album.
Sure.
And
This one has Thug and TV dinners.
Yeah, it's got
Thug
two.
is actually listenable though. Like TV dinners is a
I think
song
TV
about fucking
dinners is
TV
better.
dinners.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's better though. Thug is bad.
Dirty Dog, not a bad song. I don't mind.
I like the tempo.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of Panama by Van Halen for
Sure.
some reason.
Which had come out the year prior.
Yeah.
I believe.
No, it's that song. It's like. No. You know that
It's
song?
Hungry Like the Wolf.
Oh, it's that song again. It's funny because I have it in my notes. It feels similar
Wait, no,
to other
that's
songs on
not-
this album.
Yeah, no, that is Hungry Like the Wolf. You just
Yeah.
did
No,
Hungry
it's not a
Like the
song
Wolf
about the
twice
wolf.
again.
Well, it
Yeah.
sounds like that too.
I think that when he says "You're just a dog," he could Panama. I don't know. I just think it fits. But
We all think it sounds like another song, but
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of this version of this song.
sure,
I like
it's
this.
okay. I think it's okay.
I would not. I don't skip it when I listen.
I
to this
definitely
song.
agree that Side A is better, and I think Dirty Dog is an okay track.
If I Could Only Flag Her Down is a classic ZZ Top type song.
Sure, yeah,
It sounds like other songs on their other albums.
yeah. It's shorter. It's
Yeah.
kind of forgettable though.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it is kind of like their other stuff, but
What's it about?
I don't know.
It's about finding a girl,
Yeah, not much really here to say.
but you can't find her.
That's-
Yeah, you can't flag her down.
Couldn't. If only I could.
Yeah,
If I could only flag her
can't
down.
find her. Yeah.
It's got a train beat, which means I don't like it.
Maybe she's a. It's got a train
It's like
beat.
dun 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 dun.
Oh, it
dun,
chugs
dun,
along.
dun, and I'm like, I don't like it
You don't
anymore.
like that?
okay.
Oh wow,
Oh,
you're
I
not gonna
like it.
like
It
a
keeps
bunch
time.
of.
Yeah.
You're not gonna like a bunch of blues stuff that we're.
Yeah,
gonna
a lot of blues
It's
eventually-
just tropey. That's why it's like, yeah.
But when you listen to
It's
old
fine.
blues, like don't grab the songs from like 1980, 3 or 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's an old album. I don't know. I'm totally fine with that. I like it. I like the tempo of it.
It's like the Chuck Berry beat.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Chuck Berry songs are a lot. like they always have like a very rhythm and bluesy type beat. Well, because
I like the chorus on this one though.
Yeah.
If I go,
It's fine.
Yeah. I like it.
Maybe he'd find a bad girl if he could only flag her down.
Bad Girl's not a bad song. I like it.
It's good. Yeah, I always thought this was kind of a classic. Maybe that's just me. But there's not a lot of there's not a lot of plays on Spotify for this one.
No.
Which kind of surprised me.
Well, it's the last song. I think people have turned it up by now.
Especially after TV Dinner and Thug and stuff.
TV Dinners has fewer plays than this song.
Wow. I love the singing on this one. I like the Oh Mercy that they play at the end there. I don't know. It's fun.
Yeah, the Oh Mercy is they use it in a whole bunch of songs. They have a song called Waiting for the Bus.
Oh yeah.
And that
they play it there?
Well, no, they just say "Oh Mercy" like 15 times in that song.
Oh Mercy.
Yeah, it's not a bad end to the album. It's pretty fun, engaging. I could see it being pretty popular.
Yeah,
it is.
I've never heard it on the radio, so if it ever got radio play, I'm not aware of it.
And he listens to a lot of radio,
it's true.
ladies
Jamie
and gentlemen.
still listens to the radio.
My radio's turned to a classic rock
Hey,
station.
there's nothing wrong with that.
It's playing right now. So when he walks in, he's like,
Oh no, my
car's
car's on. Yeah, so that's the end of the album. It's 45 minutes almost exactly.
Yeah.
You get what you pay for. This album was like wildly popular in multiple countries. It introduced them to a whole new group of people, and I think a lot of ZZ Top fans were kind of dismayed that they put out an album that was popular, because they were sort of like not a cult, but they were not a popular band.
They weren't a pop band.
Yeah.
And this started making the charts.
This introduced them to young people.
Yes.
People who were in their teens. Was their
the youth.
their
we hope Vinyl Verdict is never like that.
Oh no.
It's for old heads only.
Yeah,
old
just
heads
the
only.
old people.
And Melon.
Shut up.
Shut up, Melon.
Needle Drop for following me on Twitter.
He follows you on Twitter?
No, but the people don't need to know that. He liked to tweet once. That counts.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, that's close enough, right?
Yeah, that's close enough. But I think a lot of old ZZ Top fans were upset when this album came out because it was a departure. And another thing they did that kind of pissed off a lot of people was that they remastered their first 4 albums to sound like this one.
Really?
So they put out a remaster with drum machines and,
no way.
and synthesized bass, and they just upped the tempo.
Way.
And those versions of the albums are not sought after because they sound bad.
I wouldn't want that.
That is wild.
Yeah. So they tried to ride on the coattails of this for a while. Those remasters came out after Aftermath came out, which I believe was their 84 album.
Yeah. Honestly, it kind of worked because, like...
They're still around.
Yeah, they're still around. I saw them as recently as, like... God, it must have been, like, 2010 or 2009 or something. Mm-hmm. I think they still tour. Mm-hmm. Although without Dusty. Yeah. And, I mean, yeah, you still, like...
They still get radio play.
I don't know when the last time Sharp Dressed Man or Gimme All Your Lovin' was in a movie, but probably at least as recent as, I don't know, 10 years ago or something like that. So they've definitely made a lot of money and a lot of success off of the record. Mm-hmm. What copy do you have? Do you have like a original pressing? Do you have a later release?
We bought this at that record show that Belle and I went to.
Oh, nice.
This is a Canadian pressing. You can tell because it's got a maple leaf in the top left-hand corner. Oh. It also says it's lithographed in Canada, which is...
lithography.
Yeah.
Get that
What'd you pay for it?
out of here.
I think I paid $10.
Hell yeah.
Wow,
Great
that's a steal.
Yeah.
That is a steal.
And this is a well-looked-after copy,
Yeah,
too.
the cover looks flawless. Right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
It's in good condition.
That guy sold me a couple of really good records.
Shout out to that guy.
Yeah, whoever it was. He only charged me $10. It's got an inner sleeve with the car on. Oh, it's split. Oh, that's a shame.
Well, got to dock a few
You
points
can always
for that.
get another paper sleeve and then throw it in that and just hold on to that.
Yeah, I've done that before. It's got a pencil drawing of the car in profile.
Can I see?
Super cool.
Oh, yes. Yeah. And there you go. Belle's looking at the...
Very observantly.
We are...
It's a car.
Yeah, it's a descriptive video channel now. Bell looks up from his microphone.
Bell Google's car.
The cover of the album is the name emblazoned on the top of ZZ Top. The car appears to be coming out of a starfield.
Yeah, the headlights are weird.
The headlights are like rocket ships.
Anti-cross-eyed.
Yeah. Looks like flames or something.
Yeah, flames coming out of that. And there's no driver. You can't see him. What's on the back? You got the, what do they call that? The pinstriping from the car on the back.
Oh, is that what that is?
Is that what that is? Yeah, I didn't know. It just looked like a cool
looks like
pattern.
some tribal thing, like a future tribal.
So like on old hot rods, you'd see like hand-drawn like pinstriping, and this is like a very classic style.
So they couldn't decide, and they just put all of them in a little bundle there.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I like the circular parts of it.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
On the back, wow. On the back is just the track listing, and that's about it.
I like the font of the back stuff. Like it's all very crisp and clear.
Yeah.
Like it looks like it's brand new. Does it have a year on it?
Yeah. This is an original pressing.
Oh, cool. Just
wow.
Canadian
It
original?
really looks great.
And it's a Warner Brothers record. Looks like, where was this pressed? It was pressed in Scarborough, Ontario.
Cool.
There you go.
Yeah, the only way you can tell it's old is the edge here.
Yeah,
it looks like some chewed on.
But it doesn't have ring wear, which I find interesting.
That's what I mean. Like the back, especially, look just flawless.
You can have, like, I find ring wear only happens depending
cram
on
them.
Yeah, if you really cram them.
And I also
in.
feel like those kind of sleeves help.
Yeah,
because that looks a little bit thicker.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cardstock on this sleeve is actually quite good.
Yeah, keeps the shape uniform.
For a mass production LP, like there's nothing special about this. It's not a gatefold or anything.
Oh,
this
yeah,
is
they press the hell out of this thing.
Yeah, if you went into an HMV and you're like, I want ZZ Top, and they'd be like, here you go.
Yeah.
HMV, what's that, Grandpa?
How's the quality on it? Because one thing
it's fine.
One thing I noticed,
it's not heavyweight vinyl. But
I listened to this like 3 times. I listened to it with headphones. I listened to it with just my computer speakers, and then I actually listened to it on my phone while I was just doing dishes one night.
Okay.
And I find it actually plays like really well. So I think they did a really good job of mastering the damn thing.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It sounds fine on my speakers, which is
sounds
not
fine, yeah.
an always thing. Like a lot of the time I have to switch to headphones.
The
'cause
tape
my speakers
version
suck so
I
much.
have, it has a lot of punch to it.
Yeah.
Like it sounds good for a tape copy as well.
Dang.
I didn't bring it with me because it's back home.
Maybe because it's all digital.
Yeah, I don't
can't
really
play a tape here anyways.
Yeah, like why would I want to? Yeah, why would I want to have a tape? That's a great question.
It did sound great. I played on my Sonos, and
cool.
The separation was really strong, and like everything was coming out of like the different sides for the vocals and stuff like that, which can be hit or miss. Like I think it was the Exile on Main Street, where I was like, oh, some of these feel like they have great separation, and others are completely flat. These ones I feel like were pretty balanced and feeling like you were being pretty, not like necessarily surrounded, like it wasn't like completely Dolby Atmos, but it was really good separation when it was like a tasteful way to use it, whether it's like somebody shouting or whatever like that, or like what feels like when they are talking to each other, like they lean back from the mic and are just yelling about her doing whatever. It felt really good. It was good.
Yeah. My final verdict on this, if you can find this, like you could probably find a copy of this record for like between $10 and $20.
Totally.
They made like, it sold 19 million copies. Yeah. Sorry, to date it has sold 19 million copies. It is probably sold from this pressing run that I have, I don't know, probably like 2 million of them. It sold 1 million copies in Canada alone.
Hell yeah.
So it's certified as diamond.
That's cool.
In the States, I think it's like 5 million at least.
Yeah.
It's sold well internationally. They're very popular in Germany for some reason.
Really?
Yeah.
That's like, okay, sure.
Sure. I don't know. Germans like loud music.
ZZ Top's a good band. I'm not gonna.
Have you ever heard of a band called Rammstein?
No, I've never heard of Rammstein.
Yeah.
Is it Rammstein or Rammstein?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Rammstein?
Rammstein.
It sounds more like that. Bell thing. I think Bell's got it actually.
Anyway, they used to do
got it.
My Job. They used to do musicals, I think. I think that's what we said last podcast.
ZZ Top?
Musicals?
ZZ Top does musicals?
No,
Rammstein.
I believe that's what you said last.
Musicals about getting
Words
blasted by fakes.
Get really aggro.
Yeah, if you can find this record for between $10 and $20, buy it. It is a good pressing. I don't think there's a bad pressing of this album. It's pretty punchy. If you like guitar, there's a lot of it. There's only one guitarist in the band, but he gives you all the guitar.
What would you give it out of 13?
Out of 13, because I'm a weirdo? I don't know. We'll call it 9. Yeah, it's a good 9. It's a good driving track.
That's fair.
There's no song on it that's like a huge turd other than maybe like TV Dinner. It's not unlistenable. It's just a stupid song. I don't hate Thug. Like Thug is okay.
Yeah, it's not like a steamy turd. It's just
it's just worse than the rest.
It's not as good as the first.
It's just a shart.
Yeah.
Do I have to bleep that? Is that swear?
Yeah, I think so.
Dang. You'll never know what I said.
You did it to yourself?
I had to do it to him.
What do you think, Plouffe? What's your VV?
It's good, and I really like the hits, but part of it is that I'm actually not as into like boogie and blues right now as I have been in the past, which has me a little worried because I want to pick a Stevie Ray Vaughan album eventually, and I'm worried.
Texas Fireball himself?
Yeah, I want to do Texas Flood.
Another band from Texas?
Yeah.
Wow, Stevie Ray and the Vaughan.
Yeah, the Vaughan himself. But I'm kind of worried now because I bought it years ago and I played it and I loved it, and it's an album I like had as a kid all the time. But I'm worried that I'm not going to like it as much. I think I'm going to give it like a solid 7.
You rate it out of 10, so that's a pretty good ranking.
Yeah, it's okay.
Contemporary album reviews say that you're spot on.
Okay, really?
Yeah.
I didn't check reviews for this one.
It was a well-received, commercially successful album, but it wasn't like rave reviews.
Yeah,
it is very derivative. They don't like.
Yeah, there's nothing really
groundbreaking.
No, like it was kind of new for the band.
Yeah,
but it wasn't anything new.
They didn't.
They just
kind of
latched onto it. Yeah, they just
it's a lateral
onto
move
a phase.
for the genre.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'd give it like a 7 if I can find it for like 10, 15, even $20 without shipping for Canadian prices. Yeah, I would probably just like buy it pretty quick.
Yeah, if you walked into a record store and they had a copy.
Yeah, I'd probably be like, oh, sweet. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think it's fine. You can play it for most crowds without too much issue, at least side A. Yeah, it's ZZ Top. A band I like, not necessarily love. Yeah. Bell?
Hey.
Bell's going to give us his write-up. He usually has a good thing to say. I usually just take it right from my...
Sorry, just a second.
Right from the brain. All right.
My final verdict.
Yes, sir.
I like this album a lot more than I expected. I think it's more enjoyable when on speakers or playing passively instead of active listening due to the amount of super long instrumentals. But I don't feel like many of them actively harm my enjoyment. Just thought it was an interesting pattern. And again, when sitting to take notes, which you won't be doing, it starts to wear a little bit. But there's a lot of story-like lyrics and train-like beats, which for me is usually a turn off, but in this album I think worked well in combination with each other, so I didn't mind it a majority of the time. Like I think there's only the one song that I called it out when it is something pretty that happens pretty often, which is pretty logical when you realize that a lot of the stuff is synthetic. I mean, it's gonna be super perfect. It's gonna kind of have a solid beat. I'm gonna put it in the number 10 spot.
Wow.
Below Forever by Jungle and above The Growlers' Chinese Theater. It's really good.
Fountain.
Chinese Fountain.
Yeah, that's what I said. Editor playback. Chinese Fountain. It's really good. It doesn't quite fit the current season. I bet it would be great in the summer. I can't wait to listen to it then with the windows down, thinking of Jamie's long locks when he was a kid listening to this on cassette.
Head out the window.
I'm 34. I'm not that old.
Editor bleep that. Edit it so it sounds older.
Keep his name anonymous. Keep his age anonymous.
What do we listen to next week, Plouffe?
I'm going to pick one of my favorite hip-hop albums that's a bit more recent. It's The Impossible Kid by Aesop Rock.
One more time with feeling.
That's all the feeling. It's The Impossible Kid by Aesop Rock. It's a good album. I'm excited. Yeah, like Aesop's Fables.
Aesop.
Yeah.
Aesop.
Yeah, definitely not ASAP Rocky either.
I wish.
ASAP Ferg?
You should have seen my eyes light up and I was like, ASAP Rocky?
ASAP Rocky?
I've heard of Aesop Rock because of you and someone else we used to work with.
Sure.
And I'm curious to hear what it sounds like because I have no idea.
We'll see how it goes.
Rock and roll.
Wonderful.
Cool.
Oh, goodbye, everyone.
Rock and roll.